Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. After Nicole returns Jude, Sloan makes a demand and a terrifying threat, plus Chad and Stephanie's relationship is over. Chanel gets home from work and sits on the couch to unwind. Paulina emerges from the bedroom and Chanel inquires as to why her mother is still dressed in her robe. Paulina claims to have overslept and goes to the kitchen for coffee. Chanel consents when something is awry. Paulina takes Chanel some coffee since she believes she could benefit from it before returning to the bakery and buying. Chanel invites her mother to accompany her, but Paulina believes she should go to City Hall first. She asks Chanel to pick up some Christmas lights and some of those bourbon toothpicks for AB's stocking while she's out. Chanel walks away and Paulina appears to be having difficulty swallowing. She claims she is too busy to get sick and that she needs to get her act together. Stephanie is at the Johnsons looking up hangover treatments when the doorbell rings. She answers it and discovers Chad standing nearby. She gives him a sidelong glance but allows him in. She wonders whether he came to look around and see who she's getting involved with. He claims he deserves it and has come to apologize. He was wrong to accuse her and Alex of being together. According to her, he notices that something is amiss with her, but she claims it is only a headache. She accepts his apologies. And Chad says he feels it's time they both speak what they're thinking and call it quits. Stephanie is stunned, but Chad explains that going for Everett was a mistake. He can't undo. Plus, she's ready for a bigger commitment than he can give her right now, and he doesn't want to let her down. Stephanie agrees that they should go their separate ways. Chad acknowledges that this makes him sad because the kids adore her. That, she observes, is what makes this so difficult for her. He claims that in time he will be able to overcome his past and she will be able to trust him again. He knows she recently moved back in with her parents, but she can retain the apartment now that he's back in the Demira home. Stephanie believes that the children should not be uprooted again, thus he should keep it. He expresses gratitude to her. He will also send his resignation, but she believes they may still collaborate. He believes it will be too dangerous for the time being, therefore he rehired Everett. Chad apologizes once more, admitting that he ruined this relationship by allowing his envy to turn him into someone he despises. He's sorry for losing sight of what's right and wrong. Stephanie is as well. Stephanie and the bereaved Chad days. Alex bumps into Chanel at Horton Square, and they exchange greetings. Alex says that things have been difficult lately. She offers to listen, so they get some coffee and a seat. Alex tells her that he found out he was Victor's son, but Justin will always be his father. He inquires as to her whereabouts, and she responds that she and Johnny had reconciled. She is concerned, however, because Johnny constantly has another female after him. They talk about their past as players and their threesomes, and Alex still feels awful about what occurred between him and Ally. Chanel misses Ally but admits that not everything is meant to be. The first Dancing with the Stars 2024 leak. Sloan paces in Rafe's station office, thinking about Leo blackmailing her over the phone. She is certain he stole the baby, therefore she must confess. Eric runs in as she exits the squad room. He inquires as to what is going on. Before she can say anything, Harris informs that they have a lead on who may have abducted the baby. Harris claims she saw a woman in a dark hoodie carrying the stroller away from the town square. Rafe believes it is Nicole, but Eric recalls that when Sarah's baby was abducted, the description was the same and wonders if it is the same person. Days of Sloan, Eric, and Harris. EJ enters the Demira Mansion's secret room and discovers Nicole with the baby. She apologizes profusely. He assumes she realized the baby wasn't theirs. Nicole claims she did and tells him about Sloan abandoning the infant alone in the middle of Horton Square. She is adamant that she saved his life. EJ claims she ensured the baby's safety, but he has to return home. No, he needs me. He needs us. Nicole responds, she claims he has all the money in the world and that they could start a new life together. As this youngster, he could be ours. Nicole is holding baby Jade in the Demira wine cellar. She has a guilty expression off-screen. EJ informs her that she knows this isn't right because she had lost a kid. Nicole claims that this is different because their kid died, but this baby is secure with them. EJ claims that taking another couple's baby to soothe her anguish is wrong, and she must return him. They'll do it jointly, according to EJ. Guess who is returning to Salem for the holidays? Back at the station, Eric recalls Sloan saying something to him when EJ and Nicole enter with Jude. Sloan demands her son from Nicole and seizes him. Eric and Sloan swoon over him, and EJ says they can explain everything and want a private conversation. Sloan blows himself up, but Rafe leads them into the interrogation room. Sloan and Eric dial his parents' numbers, and Harris receives a voicemail from Stephanie. Eric and Sloan discover Nicole days. Harris returns Stephanie's phone and informs her that the baby has been recovered. When he asks if she wants to talk, she offers they meet in person. They decide to meet in the park. Rafe inquires about what transpired in the questioning chamber. Nicole admits to taking the infant when she noticed he was alone. Rafe wonders why. Sloan, according to Nicole, does not deserve to be a mother. Paige instructs her to just explain what occurred. Nicole claims she watched Sloan leave the baby alone, and she knows he isn't hers, but taking him home felt natural. And how long will Sloan last? Sloan tells Eric in the squad room that she simply wants to go home, and Eric promises to handle things here. Rafe abruptly summons them to the interrogation room to hear what Nicole has to say. Nicole admits to taking the baby. Sloan lashes out and accuses Nicole of being dilatory. But Nicole insists she is not. She claims she lost control when she saw the infant alone. She knows what she did was bad, and she will not do it again. Sloan says she wants Nicole imprisoned, and that if Datamira refuses, she will contact the state attorney general. Eric begs Sloan to come outside and talk so they don't aggravate Jude any further. Rafe apologizes, but he must arrest Nicole. In the squad room, Eric tells Sloan that he doesn't believe Nicole did this on purpose, and that what if someone else had stolen him? "You think this is my fault?" she cries. Eric only wants to show compassion, and their child has been returned safely. He must trust Nicole will receive assistance and heal, and they must also heal. They embrace. Sloan and Eric enter the interrogation room and prevent Rafe from reading Nicole her Miranda rights. She claims to have asked Nicole to babysit. Rafe understands what they're attempting to accomplish, but Nicole requires assistance. Nicole swears she'll get it. Eric declares that they are finished and departs with Sloan and Jude. Rafe also storms out. Back in the squad room, Sloan requests that Eric get Jude comfortable so she can use the ladies' lavatory. Meanwhile, EJ goes to reconcile with Rafe. Sloan then confronts Nicole and threatens her with making her life a terrible hell in ways she can't comprehend if she comes near her child again. Tiffany and Chad say their goodbyes at Stephanie's. Chad tells her to be careful and thanks her for how amazing she was with his kids, hoping she will continue to spend time with them. She says she'd appreciate that and that she wants kids to know it's not about them. She weeps for those children and for him. Chad dismisses it as cliche, but he will cherish the memory of the happy times they shared. He walks away in tears. Stephanie breaks down alone. Chad and Stephanie bid farewell days. Chad pays Paulina a visit and asks whether he followed her advice and worked things out with Stephanie. He informs her that it did not work out. She makes him giggle by telling him he's smart and gifted. He also has her heart. He acknowledges the praise. Paulina gives him some colouring pages for his children before he goes. Given the circumstances, he believes the kids will adore them. He admits he's concerned he'll never get over Abby, who was his one true love. To force him to quit spouting rubbish, Paulina hits him with a magazine. He'll never get over losing his wife the way he did. She adds, but they're not intended to live their lives alone. She understands what he's going through. She thought she could handle it on her own, but she was unhappy. She claims that when Ava came along, she realised how wonderful life can be again. Chad swears to remember her words, but for the time being, he has focused on being the best father he can be. Chad pays a visit to Paulina Days. Chanel later returns home and discovers Paulina passed out on the couch. She responded by saying, "And you said there is nothing to worry about." Harris runs into Stephanie in the park. He inquires how she is, and she acknowledges that she is a little worried. She has no idea how she ended up in his bed. He tells how she was squandered. She recalls kissing, and Harris acknowledges it was a mistake, and he was also inebriated at the time. Harris claims that he returned her to his room because Jada was passed out in hers, and they were in no condition to move. He gave her his shirt after she puked all over her clothes, and they both passed asleep. So nothing happened between us. She asks, he assures her that nothing happened and understands why she was alarmed this morning. Stephanie wonders if they can keep this between them and pretend it never happened. Harris claims he's unable to do so. He can't keep this from Ava if he wants their relationship to continue. So he needs to tell her she calls him a good man, but wishes he was like the rest of Salem with their dark secrets. She admires him and wishes him the best of success with Ava. Stephanie departs and Harris summons Ava for a meeting. Stephanie and Harris discuss days. Stephanie bumps into Alex in the square and he jokes that he's seeing everyone he knows today. Chad pops out of nowhere. Stephanie Days runs into Alexi. Stefan has an epiphany next on Days of Our Lives. Stephanie is being followed, Teresa is almost caught, and Abe keeps Paulina in the dark.